this week the video is something totally different than what I've done in the past, i.e. because one of my subs actually asked me, or kind of passed a comment. They were like, "Damn girl, I'd like to see your makeup collection." The truth be known is I have a little bit more than the average gal, but I sure got a whole lot less than the crazy makeup junkies that are out there on YouTube. So I thought I would share some of my makeup collection with you all. So not in any particular order. If you're interested in seeing my eyeshadow palette collection, we'll call it 2016 because really do hope it'll be growing, then just continue watching this video. So let's just talk about eyeshadows in general. What I wanted to tell you was, did you know that for makeup in general, eyeshadows go way, way, way back, like way back. We're not talking your mother's 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 mother. We're talking 10,000 BC, 1000 BC in ancient Egypt. So that's pretty cool. Of course, back then, traditionally, the women wore basically coal black on their eyelids because that helped to reflect the sun and not cause a glare, I guess, in hot ancient Egypt. But anyways, I thought that was really cool. Today, eyeshadows are basically usually come in two forms. They're usually a powder or they are a cream. And I mean, not that you don't know, but what is eyeshadow? Like, how is it made? Basically, it is silicate, so kind of sheet silicate, if you know, and then that is used, it kind of ground down, and that forms the mica. Mica is mixed with binders and pure pigmentation, which could be pigment from organic or inorganic substances, and then it's all swooshed together, thrown in with different types of binders to give it obviously a slip so that, you know, it goes on your eyelids, other binders that help it adhere to your eyelids, and then other binders that help to blend out the powder. And then of course, if you're talking about eyeshadow creams, well then other binders on top of that are added, such as like castor oil and just beeswax, stuff like that, to kind of help liquefy the powder.
With this silica slash mica slash binders slash craziness.
So the first one I actually want to talk about is this eyeshadow palette. I got it 2 years ago as a Christmas gift, and this one was pretty cool. This was Target, so Target, when it came to Canada in 2013, 2014. Sadly, so Target is no longer here in Canada because it just was not viable. And if you don't know much about Pixie Cosmetics, Pixie by Petra. Who is Petra? Petra is this makeup artist of Swedish descent in the United States, and she did this cosmetics line based on just kind of her background knowledge of being a makeup artist and years in the business. Anyways, this was really great. I think the price point was around $20, $25, and the beauty of this was, when I open it up, you will see, that's a whole lot of eyeshadows. You get 40 eyeshadows, you get actually 6 blushes, and then you get 6 highlighters. Check that out. Epically huge. And the nice thing about this was you obviously have very, very cool tones and eyeshadows here, and then on the other side you've got all the sort of lovely warm tones. Like, it's a lot of makeup. And for the price point, I mean, I have to say it's generally pretty good. You know, you're not going to get really highly pigmented, beautifully blendable eyeshadows in a $20 palette that has 40 eyeshadows. For me, I would have preferred some more mattes, but I just loved how they did the whole line. Anyways, all together to start off a makeup collection, Pixie by Petra, a winner for the price. But when you're talking about eyeshadows or blushes or things that, you know, have more pigment in them. More expensive ones tend to just be a little better quality. You know, the ingredients that's in them make them more blendable, and they last longer, they look better. So this next one is by Tarte Cosmetics. I'm not sure. I'm sure you've all probably heard of Tarte Cosmetics. I love Tarte. This is called the Tartelette Tease, and it's called a tease on purpose because Tarte is very well known for their eyeshadows. This is a little 6-pack of some of their most popular eyeshadows that came in their Tartelette, I think in Bloom eyeshadow palette, and every one of them I just absolutely love. All of those colors are just so complimentary. And this one retailed, this Tartelette Tease palette with a nice little mirror, it retailed for $28 at Sephora, and it's great. Little packaging, you throw it into your bag, and you have the mirror and everything there with these beautiful pigmented, beautiful buttery blendable eyeshadows. I really can't just say enough about my Tartelette Tease. Next two are actually, by no surprise, they are from 2 palettes from the same cosmetic company, probably one of my most favorite cosmetic lines. That is Urban Decay. And Urban Decay puts out lots of different makeup and eyeshadow palettes, but they also always put out a limited edition or specialty eyeshadow palette. Last year, the eyeshadow palette was this truly funky palette. This is called the Vice 4 palette by Urban Decay. As you can see, it's very holographic. Actually, to me, looks like kind of shattered glass as you move it around, but it was supposed to mimic one of their more popular eyeshadows, which was Oil Slick. So, I don't know, does Oil Slick sound like a good eyeshadow? Maybe. A beautiful palette. This is a limited edition. It was, like I said, out last year, early before Christmas. It's all 20 eyeshadows that are beautiful jewel-toned eyeshadows. You get a massive mirror in this one as well. And then you get these gorgeous, gorgeous 20 jeweled eyeshadows. There are a few mattes, 1 or 2, sadly so. They're kind of a challenge to fit in unless you're someone who uses a lot of color. But I mean, look at that. Look at the amount of mica that's on that sort of green, beautiful, bam. Yeah, look at that. But like I said, you have to be fairly adventurous when you're wearing jewel-toned, you know, eyeshadows. But I love this. Isn't that beautiful? Those colors are like, I don't know, they are spectacular. I just wish that I was a little more adventurous. Okay, and then the next Urban Decay eyeshadow palette that I have in my collection is the ultra popular, ultra famous. It's called the Urban Decay Naked Palette 3. And what makes this so great? Well, first of all, of course, it's Urban Decay. They always put out a selection of 12 special eyeshadows in a palette like this. This came out probably in Canada about 2-3 years ago. Again, retail for around the $68 mark. You get a huge mirror. You get the beautiful but very typical sort of Urban Decay double-sided blending brush and eyeshadow brush, but very handy and useful. And the best part about this was, look at those eyeshadows. So all of these eyeshadows in the Naked Palette 3 by Urban Decay palette was rose-toned or rose-hued eyeshadows. And they go everywhere from like highlighters to basic like lid colors all the way to crease and then sort of intense darker shades at the end, so you could have a full range of colors. And they suit a really wide selection because of that sort of light to dark gradients for most skin types. So that was also nice. And there, you know, like I said, there's only a couple. There's 1, 2, and 3 that are matte shades. The rest have what I call a satin sheen, where it's just a little bit of sheen to it. So you probably can't see that. There's a little bit of sheen to that one there. if you can see that. But they are really, really beautiful, beautiful, blendable eyeshadows, and I can't say enough. Like, usually for work, I'll go with this palette or the next palette that I'm going to show you, and those are my go-to everyday eyeshadows that I use and absolutely love. Really, my hands down ultimate favorite. I'm wearing it today because it is just so, I guess, easy to blend, easy to wear, and it's just kind of an everyday eyeshadow palette. This was also gifted to me. Kat Von D. This is the Shade and Light Eye Contour Palette, and as the name implies, it is an eye contour palette. Yes, not even just like an eyeshadow palette with eyeshadows. This one contours the eyes. So if you wanted to elongate the eye, they show you how to do that. If you wanted to just open up your eye, they show you how to do that with the contour shades. And if you wanted to define your eye, they'd show you how to do that. There is this really very useful illustration card in there that goes step by step, tells you what color to pick, how to apply it, where to apply it to get the desired look that you're looking for, which is like super, super, super helpful. And then if you don't even know like which, you know, what this color is called, this is the base color, this is the highlight, this is the crease color, this is the deepening or the accentuating color. It's all laid out there for beginners. So it's super, super, super helpful card that comes with it. It's fabulous. So I'm going to open it and I'm going to show you. It's got a great big mirror, as all of them do, which is lovely. But there is the actual palette. I mean, check that out. You're like, oh, it's all beiges and browns, but that's why it's called an eye contour palette. The beauty about this is that you'll see they're broken into basically 3 quads, and one is a neutral, one is a cool, and one is a warm. And so once you know what your skin tone is, for me, I am a neutral gal. If you have a similar coloring, you're probably a neutral. But anyways, that's why they break them up into 3 groups, and therefore, again, this is a palette that will be able to be used by everybody with all different skin tones. So for, again, the neutral palette, you start off with this base color right here, which is just all of these contour shades. Also, I wanted to note, really do kick off a lot of extra powder and dust. When you're getting your brush, you know, you can get quite a lot there. You can see that. It's quite a lot of powder. But when you have your eyeshadow primer on and then you put this base color on, it is so buttery and it's so smooth and just kind of basically creates that beautiful sort of matte foundation for the rest of your eye contour. You're going to see the benefits of this. And like I said, this is my go-to palette. I use this neutral quad almost every single day, and certainly when I'm going to work, because it just helps, again, to kind of open up your eyes, but it's not screaming like, hello, I'm wearing mega eyeshadow. So it's a super, super great palette for an everyday look, and I love it. I have purchased myself. You've seen it in my other video. It is the Grand Hotel Cafe, and it was an awesome deal because I got it at the VIB sale, Rouge sale. It was 3 booklets. It came with 6 eyeshadows and a blush, and it's Too Faced. There is a matte in every one, there is a shimmer, and there's full-on glitter with the corresponding blushes in them. I mean, honestly, 18 eyeshadows and 3 blushes, and I got the whole thing for the sale for $49. And again, this is like strictly a Christmas palette. So these colors are great for the winter. I'm pretty excited to be using some of these babies. It's pretty incredible. They have mica throughout them, but they are not overdone. I don't know what to say. Pretty excited if you have seen it all. I have just minor little pots of different color eyeshadows that are not in a palette. That's it. Yeah. So anyways, I really hope that you like this video. You kind of get an idea of some really great palettes that are out there and some to kind of keep your eye on and watch. Kat Von D, super good for the daytime. And not too over the top, and definitely more tailored to kind of every skin tone. If you're one of my regular gals that has subscribed to my AbFab channel, as always, I'd like to thank you for just giving me 15-20 minutes of your week and your free time to just hang out and talk about all things to do with makeup. I really do appreciate it immensely, because it is really fun to do, and it would be kind of weird to just do it if nobody was watching. That would be a little strange. And if you are new to the AbFab channel, I am glad that you stumbled upon my channel if you were looking for something fun. And I hope that you will just hit this there's a tiny little subscribe button down here at the corner. You'll see it. It's not in your face. It's just tiny little subscribe button down at the bottom. And if you're really interested in wanting to come back, I upload every Sunday, and week after week you can hang out and we will talk about all things to do with makeup and fun. And just as a side note, I also wanted to say that one of my subscribers slash friends gave me this awesome card, and I just wanted to say, friend, thank you so very much for your words. And if you were not aware, as some of my subscribers don't know my personal life, my husband and I, we just recently had to put our little dog down, Sherlock, who we had for almost 15 years. And he was really, along with another dog that we put down 2 years ago, the loves of our lives. We are super sad that they had to go, but this friend wrote me this card, and I'm not going to share all the words with you, but I want to tell you a couple of little things. First of all, they said their deepest sympathies with the passing of our little mini schnauzer, and they said it's always hard letting go of them, but I imagine that both those dogs will be in the happy hunting grounds together and having a blast running around together. So that is wonderful, because when I think of my dogs and I get a little down and sad, that's what I think the two of them are doing. So that was super awesome. And then also my friend went on to say, and by the way, I am really enjoying your AbFab channel, which is like so awesome. Like, what a seal of approval. So cool. This person outright admits, like, they're not really into lots of makeup and all the products and stuff, but they really just enjoy the channel and more the ease and kind of the delivery at which the information comes along. And they encouraged me to keep doing it. And it's really awesome. I am totally loving this. You know who you are when you see this video. Mwah! Thank you so much for these wonderful cards, for everybody that sent their sympathies and cards and love and comments and text messages about our little baby that we had to put down almost 5 weeks ago now. I am just super fortunate to be surrounded by really caring, loving friends. I have, like, really truly, without getting too emotional, I have like the best family, and I have the best girlfriends. On all of my subscribers, I know that to be true. That's the one thing that bonds us all together, because beauty products mean nothing if it's not beauty from the inside out. I really hope that you like my videos and that you will continue to just come back and hang out, and that's all for now. So take care, you guys, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Bye for now. Bye.